Okay, so what are some of the common challenges and how do you avoid them? First of all, and this is something I definitely agree with in many of my consulting work, not having a clear strategy is a prescription for failure. And diving into implementation without a strategy is pretty much doesn't work 100% of the time. So embarking on an AIOps journey requires a clear strategy, defined outcomes that are desired, goals. That's one of the most common causes for these initiatives to fail. And not only AIOps, but practically any type of initiative. Documentation and distribution of the strategy for buy-in and acceptance by all the stakeholders is critical. It's not good enough just to have a strategy, but everybody needs to understand it. And, it needs to be a living document that people refer to as you implement things. Okay, so in scaling AIOps, it's just as important. There's no point in putting in place AIOps without, a plan to scale it across the organization. So these are some ideas. Step one, look at reducing mean time to repair through noise reduction applications of AIOps. So pick an application, in other words, and then go to more advanced levels. So step two, maybe automate toil using AI insights. In other words, recognizing where you have toil that could be improved through automation. That's another good, early initiative that generally pays back quickly. Step three, paying down technical debts for increased stability. So that's another good initiative that can help demonstrate payback quickly. Chaos engineering, introducing chaos engineering for both reliability and security. In general, what they called anti-fragility in the SRE course. It's a little bit more sophisticated. You don't want to do that until you've got good capabilities in place for detecting and recovering. So that's a good step to get into as you start maturing. Step five, experimentation, adding more automation for self-healing, for example, as you get to more advanced levels. So you're constantly looking for areas to improve through continuous experimentation and learning. And ultimately, you're going to drive towards systems that not only detect and recover, but do that in an autonomous manner with self-healing. So basically, AIOps capabilities should scale and by assessing the level of capabilities at any point in time, and then provide a roadmap to progress from, to fill the gaps basically from your assessment and evolve from basic capability to more advanced capabilities. Certainly, you should have realistic expectations. You can't expect to get to an ultimate AIOps outcome in the first iteration of the, of your strategy implementation. The outcomes you're looking for should be realistic. AIOps and AI implementation, nobody said it's easy, and it doesn't, just by itself, by buying AIOps tools or something, get you the solution. It's going to take real work, culture, people and processes, automation. Ensure the expectations are clearly set and aimed at a gradual improvement, and at every point in time have effectiveness measures and progress measures quantified so you can use the data to help determine your next steps at each point in time. Definitely, it depends on data quality. There's not much point in automating a lot of AI ops if you don't have solid data, or at least a solid approach for making sure your data is quality data and processes around data management. So data quality is a crucial factor for successfully implementing AIOps. Data is at the core of any, ITOA, let alone AIOps solution. Understanding existing data and the mechanisms to transform that data into processable, usable data. Ensure data exists as required to satisfy each objective as you move towards different objectives. Ensure the means to move and store the data as required by the machine learning models are available, not impossible, of course, but also available. And that's going to require some work typically. Validate the quality of that data, testing. Introduce additional instrumentation where needed. Definitely do not dedicate time to implementing machine learning until you've got the underlying data available and in place. Otherwise, it's going to backfire. Look at what you're going to cover. You know, there's a lot of things you could do, but you can't do everything at once. So finding the right balance of coverage of, you know, the different use cases and data is indispensable. Machine learning can help you identify, you know, patterns in large data sets where you could get reliable source data. AIOps can help with correlation and interpreting that data across multiple systems. So do some experiments and testing to validate that you've got the basis before implementing, spending a lot of money and time implementing AIOps tooling. Even though you want to start with a relatively small scope and a set of objectives, abstain from too small a scope as well. That would not provide enough data points to allow for machine learning to work for your benefit. That's a good point. You know, don't necessarily pick the easiest problem. That really won't get a lot of visibility or benefit. You want to pick a problem that is significant and it's definitely going to have some significant benefit so that when you accomplish it, it'll be recognized as a serious benefit, and that will help get justification for continuing your journey on AIOps, because every step is going to require some level of investment in people, process, and technology. Among other things, it's going to require culture and organization change. The culture of an organization must be underway on the DevOps, already on the DevOps path. DevOps is not a prerequisite necessarily, but certainly it helps if you've already got a DevOps culture that is focused on improvement and continuous delivery, and the culture around, you know, learning from failure and so on. It must be a good comfort. This must be a good comfort level with distributed systems, cloud native systems, and other paradigm shifts. So typically, if you're already in a situation with distributed system, you must have already implemented DevOps properly to support incremental change in a controlled environment for continuous delivery of the different parts of the service that consists of multiple microservices, for example. Adopting AIOps and the changes of mindset it introduces can be successfully handled by organizations that already have adopted other modern paradigms. So, you know, picking the right team to work with is also important. Don't pick, you know, start with teams that are totally against it or really not, well, you know, don't appreciate the value. You want to pick some teams along the way that are open to the changes and have a good appreciation for it, and support them with training and so on as well.